What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Paul and this is Tuned Into Cars. And today's video is very special for two reasons. First of all, because we're going to drive the 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt, and second of all, because this video is 100% shot on a mobile phone. Yes, every single shot you see in this video is filmed on a smartphone. Even that one. But not that one, that's just the camera filming my phone, filming me making a video. Before we talk about the Mustang Bullitt over here, make sure you check out my tutorial video in which I show you guys how to film a car review just like this one with just your phone and a few other accessories. Click the icon in the top right hand corner of the screen or follow the link below the like button to watch it. Now let's go back to the car and talk a bit about it. This is the 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. It's the top of the line Mustang in Europe, built in a limited edition, although Ford doesn't really specify the number of cars that are going to be built. And as you've probably guessed by now, this car is a tribute to Steve McQueen's Mustang GT Fastback that appeared in the 1968 movie called, you've guessed it, Bullitt. This is the third time the Bullitt name appears on a Mustang, and just let me run you through some of the specifics of this car. There are only two colors available for it, Shadow Black Metallic and this stunning dark Highland Green, the original color of the 68 Mustang. As you can see, the grille is missing the iconic pony logo in the middle and the two struts on each side, and it's now surrounded with this chrome accent. There's chrome surrounding the windows as well, and unfortunately this car doesn't have the exclusive 5-spoke 19-inch Bullitt wheels that are pretty cool. But it does have the Brembo brakes with the red calipers, also exclusive to the 2019 Bullitt. At the back, let me get there first, there's the Bullitt logo in the middle, a specially tuned exhaust for this car, and this is kind of it for the exterior. But before we go inside, let's talk about performance and chassis upgrades that this car has received. Under the bonnet, the Bullitt features an open-air induction system that features a GT350 spec intake manifold with upgraded throttle bodies. The engine's ECU is also tuned in order to make the most of these upgrades, but unfortunately due to the new emission regulations in Europe, all these changes add up to just 4 more horsepower compared to the standard car, taking the total up to 454 horsepower. Underneath the skin, the car has an upgraded suspension system with heavy-duty springs at the front and a Torsen limited slip differential at the back. The interior is pretty much the same as the standard GT, but with a few tweaks here and there. First, you get the 12-inch digital instrument cluster and a 1000-watt Bang & Olufsen premium audio system as standard. Then you have green accents all over the place, on the dials, on the seats, on the dash, you get it everywhere. There's also a white shift knob inside, just like the one in the original Bullitt, and you know, that's basically it, spec-wise. Now let's take this baby out on the road and see how it drives. So how does the Mustang Bullitt drive compared to the regular GT? Well, beside the manual transmission down here that makes the car more challenging to drive and more fun, obviously, it's pretty much the same. If you're interested, I have a Mustang GT video that I filmed a couple of months ago. I'll make sure to leave that link below the like button, or you can find it by clicking the icon in the top right hand corner of the screen. The power difference of just 4 extra horsepower goes unnoticed, unfortunately. Throttle response is excellent though. This engine is fantastic. It goes and it sounds excellent. but there's really no difference between the two cars performance-wise. Same goes for the changes underneath the body. They don't really make any difference in the way this car rides and handles. So what's the difference then? Well, beside the few cosmetic changes we already went through, there's a couple more. Well, first off, the car makes more noises than the regular GT. You get a lot more induction noise from the front of the car because of the open air induction system this car has, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And then if you lift off at about 2500 or 3000 RPM, the exhaust makes some really cool crackles, which doesn't really happen in the regular GT. And the other real difference is the fact that this is a manual-only car. Obviously, it's not exclusive to the Bullitt. You can get a manual GT if you want. But since the last Mustang I drove was an automatic, I'd figured we'd focus a bit on this transmission. It's lovely, really. It's a proper manual transmission, it's got a short throw, it feels mechanical when you're changing gears, and it also feels like one of those gated transmissions. It's excellent. The only minor annoyance I have with this setup is with the clutch. The travel of the pedal is too long. It took a while for me to get used to it, and I kind of stalled it a few times around town, which was pretty funny for the other drivers, not me. But it's a light clutch, and overall I really love the combination between a naturally aspirated V8 and a manual transmission. It's awesome. So what's the conclusion regarding this Mustang Bullitt? It's pretty hard to fault this car, actually, but I don't really understand its place in the Mustang lineup. I mean, it's pretty similar to the GT. There's really no difference performance-wise, and the two cars handle pretty much the same. So why buy it then, you might be wondering? Well, you do get this quite awesome paint job, which looks fantastic in real life. You get the sound system and the wheels, which are exclusive to the Bullitt, and the small little design details I've mentioned. But at the end of the day, you buy this car if you want your Mustang GT to be just a little bit more special. But unfortunately, the difference between the Bullitt and the similarly spec'd GT is about 5,000 euros. And that might not seem a lot, but considering the price of the Mustang, that's a 10% price increase. But if you're a fan of Steve McQueen and the '68 Mustang in the movie, it's a no-brainer and you are gonna buy it. And who knows, maybe down the line, this car might end up with a bigger resale value than the regular GT. Anyway, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this video, 100% shot on a smartphone. Click the icon in the top right-hand corner of the screen to find out how I filmed this movie and to see a step-by-step tutorial filled with tips and tricks on how you can film such a video by yourself. Make sure you check that video out. I'll make sure to include a link below the like button as well. And please make sure you share this video with your friends. But that's been it for the Mustang Bullitt review, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you have, and subscribe to Tuned Into Cars for lots more content to come. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.